Okay, so I'm once again multitasking because I'm running on somebody else's timeline here, so I apologize. But I had too much on my mind not to do something here. So, one of the things I've been thinking about is a lot of Jungian theory about, the workings of the brain. So, Carl Jung's, he did a lot of work with the ego, and, that's a very broad term. Basically, in a Jungian sense, the ego is our perception of ourselves and the way we want others to perceive us. All the internal workings of our brain saying, what are they going to think? What do I think? What are they going to think of me? What do I want them to think of me? That kind of stuff. And that's a very, very big oversimplification, but for the sake of this, it works. I highly recommend you go check out his stuff on your own. I think a good starting point would be either The Man and His Symbols or Dreams, Memories, and Reflections. So, where I want to go with this is when you hear people talking all the time, and it's always about stuff like, oh, I hope they don't think this of me, or oh, I'm so this, oh, I'm so that. And I've noticed with some people I know, the image always comes first. We're out in public, and I say something, they look around, make sure nobody's watching, or if somebody is watching, they make sure they're not seeing anything negative, preferably positive. Or when they speak, they look around, their head just, and they kind of shrink down, and they kind of do this weird, oddly formal glance. And I was just thinking about that. How can that be worth it? I mean, if everything you say is dictated and everything you do is dictated by other people, if you were to die now, your life would just be other people's. And it's usually, not only is it bad to just follow other people's expectations, but a lot of the times it's like I've kind of been talking about. It's projection. You're assuming what they're thinking because you see something in yourself as a flaw. And I was thinking, people do the people I'm talking about. Whenever even we could be in a crowded room with a bunch of people where everybody is shouting, and I could say something in just kind of like a more authoritative tone, just so I can be enough to hear myself, and they're immediately gonna look around. Quiet down. Like, I don't care if people hear me. I'm not being any louder than anybody else in here, and even if I was, that's me. It's like if you were to go over to somebody's place and you get up off the couch or you leave the table and they're like sweeping off the table with a little brush, picking up after you, inspecting the floor with a magnifying glass like they're frickin' Sherlock Holmes. making sure, it's just, not only do I think you're wasting your life, but don't try to get me to waste mine. I guess that's arguably an oversimplification of the problem. Well, it's not arguably, it is. But for my stance here, my point is, why do we do this? And what can we do to stop it? And I think the answer is, I think we need to, everybody just live their own lives. We've placed far too much importance on other people in their opinions, or their perceived opinions. So, if your entire life, or even a chunk of it, even a small little fraction of it, not even a fraction, even if 0.02% of your life is spent trying to live up to what you think other people want out of you, well, that is time out of your life you're never getting back. And at the end of the day, nobody else is thinking that much about you because they're all too busy dissecting their own ego. And even if they were, because, well, some people are, why do you care? They're losers. I guess that's it.